So for our workbench project, we need some lumber. I had a couple ash trees that came down on the property from the emerald ash borer that's killing trees out here on the northeast. We're going to be using those trees to get some ash wood for the workbench. So we need to mill out those trees and turn tree into usable lumber for our project. I'm going to be using a chainsaw mill that I picked up off of Amazon. It's very inexpensive, about $80. Got the cheapest one I could find on there a couple of years ago. Used it for a different project. You will need to get a ripping chain for your chainsaw mill. And a ripping chain is different. It has a very shallow angle on the tooth. Regular chainsaws have about a 30 degree. You're going to want to get a chain that has about a 10 degree for ripping. So I'm going to show you real close in here. This is the chain on the tooth there. And you can see the angle right here. It's very shallow. It's not an aggressive cut. So that's what we'll be using. You want one of these for two reasons. One, you'll go faster and you'll mill the wood faster. But also it'll be less stress on the power head of your chainsaw. So that's why you want to get one of these. You're also, as I said, going to need a chainsaw mill. It's just like this. It's aluminum, pretty easy to use. As I said, 80 bucks. You're going to put your chain saw on this. The bar is going to go in here, and the end of the bar is going to be over there. And you're going to use this to mill out the wood. So this is what we'll be using. And I'll make a video of me milling out some of that wood so you can see it, how it works. The first time that you're going to use it for the first cut on the log, the top of the log is not going to be flat. And if you just run that across the top of the log, it's going to follow along the contours of the log, and you're going to get this wavy board, which is really not that useful. We do want to try to have a flat, level board that comes out of our milling process. So the other thing that you're going to need is something flat and level to use as you mill out that first cut of the log. I got this once again off of Amazon. Don't quite remember how much this was, but I think it was like 40 bucks, 50 bucks. Comes together in 3 pieces. This one's nice. It's got these little hooks there on it and nail kind of on there. And this you're going to nail into the log, and that'll secure the log. If you don't have something like this, I know some people just take some 2x4s that they've got that are super straight and make a flat level structure to run the chainsaw mill across. So whatever you have, I even saw somebody use a old section of an aluminum extension ladder. They use that. The only problem with that is you've got to somehow figure out how to keep it on the log and not move around for that first cut. So I really like this because it helps secure it down onto the log and keeps it nice and steady for that first cut. So once you get that first cut that's level, the guide on the chainsaw mill just rides along that same cut. And so each time you're using, getting that level surface to be the level surface. You only need this for the first cut, but I highly recommend getting this. It'll just make the job that much easier. So that's what we're going to be using as we mill out our ash tree to get the lumber for our workbench project.